bring you back in, Ollie.
It's all right.
It's just gonna be
Aaron.
confusing.
No.
It's just gonna be confusing, as everything in life. Just go. You all right, guys? How are you going?
Very well, thank you.
Good. You good, Ollie?
I'm very good, thank you very much.
Excellent. So for the chat, Aaron is not feeling so well today. He's got a bit of a headache. So Ollie has stepped. We're very grateful. Stepped into the role, because otherwise it'd just be me and Andy, with me quoting obscure 80s horror films and Andy saying,
No idea.
what I'm talking about.
You can still quote obscure horror films. That's fine.
Yeah. I've got a bone to pick with
This
you.
is the thing. So you two can chat, and I can just sit here going. Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
You look very well. Taken care of today. Have you had a haircut, Andy?
Yeah, thanks. I had my annual shower, brushed my hair, did my teeth.
The beard looks sculpted. The hair looks tight. It's good.
Thank you.
Is it weird that I always notice you've had a haircut? It is a bit weird.
Shave and a haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I need a haircut. Look at this, man. Look what's going on.
No, but you've also shaved. You've got rid of your homeless beard.
I had a shave. Yeah, it was a disaster. I mean, the beard was a disaster.
Oh, no, I quite liked it.
No.
I never show my hair to anyone because I'm getting the Phil Collins Island of Hair, and even though I want to
You
shave,
remind me of. No, Jake.
yeah, I want to shave it all off, but I'm not allowed to, unfortunately. Which
You'd
I
rather-
think you'd look better, to be honest. But that's just
If you have that, mate, and then the island goes, you end up with what we call the reverse kung fu grip. You know,
okay. I was going to say like the what's his name from the Really Wild show, Terry Nutkins. Like
a bit of a Nutkins, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
It's
I'm
a
all
ponytail, right? Is that him? He had like.
No,
Yeah.
it was just bald on top, but just really long at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was business at the front and a disgrace at the back. He lost fingers to otters. Imagine such a thing.
He also lived up the road from me as well. I had his phone number. My friend worked at
Weird flex.
photo developing shop and had his number to tell him when his photos was developed, and just gave me his phone number, which I'm sure he wasn't allowed to do. But
No,
I had his phone
100%
number.
not.
Can you call him now? See what happens.
Well, he's dead now, so we could try
Yeah.
it. But...
It'd be a bit weird if he picked up, though, right?
oh, definitely.
That's what we're saying. Can you call him? Can you summon the spirit of Nutkins on the Ouija
I
board?
didn't know he was dead.
We've
That's why
actually we've got a proper old Waddington's Ouija board up in the static. Up here.
Oh.
Leave that there. Let's not play with that.
Do you know, Andy, why if we did a video that anyone watched, we couldn't say Ouija board?
No.
Because Ouija is a brand name.
Yeah, it's copyrighted.
Yeah.
Really?
Spirit board.
Yep. Spirit board. Spirit board. Yeah, it's a brand name.
So someone copyright. Okay.
Well, yeah, but it's a game. It was made
It's
by
like
Waddington's.
People who own Monopoly own the game.
Yeah. But it'd be like saying,
What do you mean game? Isn't the Ouija board the thing to summon a devil?
no, it's a game.
But it's a board game, and
Yeah.
Waddington sold it. You could buy it in Woolworths and all places back in the day.
Oh, okay, look at that. Learning is
Okay.
very weird.
Same as
I never knew I needed to know that.
I'm going full Partridge now. Same as Hoover and Tannoy. But there we go. Whatever. Yeah. Right. My favourite person in the whole world, Michael Morris. How are you doing? 10th of October is 40 years of Terrorhawks, and I know you love Terrorhawks, and I love that you love Terrorhawks. You are. I'm not even sure if you're a real person, but I love everything about you. It's insane.
I love
Kev,
that I just get random messages every now and then saying, "Tell Dan, Terrorhawks."
Once every 2 years, Michael sends me a message, just tells me he loves Terrorhawks, and I'm like, respect. Yeah. Hey, Dan Kev, hope you are well. Thank you for looking after Rye, who will be on the show next week, actually. A little treat for all of us on Saturdays, much appreciated. Fuzzy Dunlop, almost as good as what is it, Ollie? Gibson Rickenbacker.
What's that? Sorry, I blanked out and I was reading the message on the screen.
Fuzzy Dunlop makes me think of Gibson Rickenbacker for some reason. Saw Aaron on Triple G channel last week and ended up binge watching your toy division. I'm so sorry. That is a lot of nonsense to get through. Great work, lads. Reignited my love for vintage toy as well. Thank you very much. Obviously, hugely appreciated. Yeah, enjoy. And just be careful. Don't go all in. Don't go too heavy too quickly. It's a dark path.
Oh yeah, Fuzzy Dunlop wasn't it in The Wire? No, was it in The Wire? I
I
can't
don't
remember.
know. Possibly. I just like it. It sounds good. So it rolls off the tongue. Fuzzy Dunlop.
What's he
I'm
done?
into it. Kieran, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you are good. Evening, Jody.
Great pick up. Jody had a nerd base today.
I
Picked
saw
up very
Jody
much
was in
from
that.
Myra.
Yeah.
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 I'd love to go there, but it's so far away for me. It's such a trek.
For you, it would be proper mission.
Whereabouts are you again? Midlands.
Sutton Coldfield in the Midlands. Not Tamworth.
He's in Tamworth.
No.
Oh God, yeah. Ollie doesn't live in Tamworth, which is hilarious. How you doing,
I
Pete?
still love you, Theo. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll forgive you.
Yeah, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. How you doing, Pete? Cuddy.
Enjoy your holiday.
All right, there, girl. Yes, hello to Trev. I love that man. The best.
Only to Dan though. I mean, we've never met, but surely you can say hello to all of us, right?
No.
All right, fair enough.
Hello rights are specifically
Just
for
for
me.
you.
Brendan, good evening, sir. Tony, how you doing, buddy? Evening. Pursuit of Plastic. All these good names make our names look rubbish. Ollie, what's your? Oh yeah, I made this, or would you do a different name if you did like a toy collecting thing? Because you didn't make that, you bought it.
I could tell you my very first email address if you want. That was my old handle on message boards and stuff.
You tell me your first email address, and I'll tell you mine, which I still use to this day. Go on.
Crappy_skater_dude. There you go.
Oh
That
my
was
God, emo gothchick 84. Jeez. My
Emo coffee.
my no, I'm not going to say what my address is because I'm weird about giving out that information. But yeah.
I also had another one which was XR Kun World Domination. XR Kun is like one of the oldest Siths in Star Wars.
Oh my God, next level. I love it.
It's deep into it, yeah.
Evening Pursuit. Yeah, no wonder we won awards. Evening to Pursuit of Plastic. Hello, guys. Sunday Collectibles. Hope you are all very,
I know
very
we're all
well.
saying hellos, but going back to Tony, if you're still there, that Centurion's, I think it was the keychain, I think it's a flashlight or something, whatever it was you put up the other day. That was.
Yeah, Tony's had some great stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see what Nebworth, mate. I've got those bits for you. So yeah, it'd be really good to see you guys, as it always is. Darren, how you doing, buddy? How you going, Dave? You owe me money. But how you going? Hope you're well. I'm only messing. Carlos, good evening, sir. Brad, you don't owe me money, but you might want to buy something off me. Let me know. Got to get these pre-sales up, boys, for Nebworth. Honestly, how you doing, Brad? Hope everything is really good. Retro Holder 87. If you see the man in yellow, go and say.
Is that I can't help but say it when I see his name pop up. Like,
let's go. Yep. How you doing, man? I hope you are well. Hope all is good aboard the Toys team. If you're not a member of the Toys team on Facebook, get on it. They're like the toy division, but they can be bothered to sell things, and I respect that because I can't. Yeah. Collectzilla. Evening, sir. Evening. Stu, how you doing, man?
Man, when are we seeing Stu again? I haven't seen him for ages.
Yeah, when we seeing Stu again?
Well, obviously, we haven't seen everyone again, but
I think Stu might be going to Vegas soon, so he's hoarding cash,
cultivating mass.
Which is the right. He's cultivating mass. We're all cultivating mass, mate. That's the first thing that Ollie will talk about. The video that Ollie did with Theo. That's the first thing he sent to me. I always say the same to Andy. It's like he sent me a message, said, "God, I've got to lose some weight," and I say,
I do.
Whenever Aaron puts a video up that I'm in the background of, what's the first thing I say? Well, the only thing I'm like, oh God, I'm so fat. I'm there.
For some reason, I'm like, I'm leaning back and my belly's like way out. And like, my excuse is there was at least 2 actual digital camcorders on me. So what's that, like an extra £20 added onto me?
Oh yeah,
and
easy.
Plus, everyone had a phone in there. You know, they're always on with brother, Big Brother and everything.
Yeah.
There's webcams in the room. So I'm reckoning there was about 5-6 cameras on in that room.
What you're
So
saying?
I'm reckoning there's a good
Every
£60
camera
added.
Every camera that was on, whether it was on or not, if it's in the room, it's adding mass. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Big Brother's always watching, so
I don't know what my excuse for being outside in a field in a car boot is, but
CCTV, man. There's just
There you go.
CCTV cameras everywhere.
satellite dishes.
yeah, everything. Yeah, it's all on there.
All the
But
people
no,
videoing us going, "Oh, they're the guys."
Yeah,
Update that never happens.
he didn't. Theo didn't use a fisheye lens, so you got to save that. Imagine if you're like all convex. Eesh. Yeah, it's good though. Who Framed Roger? Rabbit vibes indeed. That's an absolutely amazing. Again, if you check out Ollie's
that.
channel, yeah, an absolutely awesome picture. Didn't your friend do that?
Yeah, my friend I went to uni with drew that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Mark Bell illustrations. Check him out. He's fantastic. Those like I'm really surprised. Those go for like 300 quid now online. It's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to sell it here?
No. I'll tell you what. I'll swap it for your giant
The Jessica Rabbit.
rabbit.
Nah. Well, one day that's for sale. One day.
We'll talk one day. One day we'll talk.
One day we'll talk. One day we'll talk. I'm not.
That'd be one hell of a drive, though.
You want to know?
He drove to go and get that. I'd drive to go. And get
I drove beyond. It maybe Warrington.
I think I remember you saying you were like, "Oh, I've just done like a 5-hour."
It was 500 quid, right?
That's a bargain for that, though. To be.
And I went. Would you do 450 if I picked it up? And the guy was like, "Yep." And I was like, "Cool." I'll just spend like 100 quid in petrol to go and get it. But yeah, it was fun. It was a fun trip. But yeah, 450 I paid for it.
Did you like put it in a seatbelt and everything on the seat next to you as you were driving?
I threw it on the back seat. It was that'd be fine. Yeah. My history with taking care of things isn't particularly great. I'm not ignoring these comments, guys. I really appreciate it, but yeah, we shall wait for Aaron to return before we go anywhere near that. But yes, thank you. Congratulations to Aaron. Indeed, Kieran. Adam Fayers, evening. We got Lee. We got Lee in the house. How you doing, Lee? Hello, El Tender. I'm not sure if it's in between, but if I didn't last week, I apologise, and if I have already, I also apologise. But happy birthday for the.
I think it was. Oh, that's a good point. Actually, I think he said it was. He mentioned it last week, but it was coming up.
I've
just riddled.
I think it was with between shows. So happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. To can play at that high. Hope you are well. Yeah, we are going to have a little chat about the B&M thing because I have opinions, and Ollie is fuming. Ollie is fuming. Jacuzzi is also a brand name. Yep. Viper. Hello. First question, Ollie, have you already seen the new TMNT Mutant Mayhem?
Yeah, because I'm a loser, I saw it opening day.
Because you ain't got a real job, you can go on like a Tuesday. It's totally fine. We get it.
It's true, but I have to say I loved it purely from like a visual perspective. I thought it was just fantastic, like just totally unique. Obviously, it's kind of riffing a bit on Spider-Verse a little bit, but it's got its own thing going on.
Am I right? Am I right in saying that visually it's to Turtles what Spider-Verse is to the kind of Marvel films?
Yeah, totally. But it's kind of like everything is like asymmetrical, so all the buildings in the background are all crooked, and it's almost as if like it's the sketches you did in the side margins of your sketchbooks. They're all a bit sketchy and a bit rough, and that. And a lot of people have got issues with the story and how they've treated certain characters, but who cares? It's a Turtles film. Like
it's a cartoon, right? It's
exactly
fun.
It's for kids, and you know there's enough in there for adults to enjoy. And every single version of the Turtles has been different, so why should this be any different?
Yeah. Like are all four Turtles in it?
Yeah, all 4 Turtles are in it in the green, so that's right. What you need.
But what I'm saying is like if we've learned anything, if you're to go from like canon lore, Donatello's killed, but Donatello's dead. He died.
Oh yeah, he gets killed, doesn't he?
Yeah, but not in the film, guys. That's not a spoiler. In the comics, he gets.
Well, it depends. You've got the last Ronin. They all die except for Michelangelo, don't they?
I guess what my point is that if we've learned anything, when we were young, if something happened in something, it's like, well, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll just reset. That's exciting. We'll reboot.
Boy races down where.
Oh, it's Sutton way. Yeah, we'll reset the franchise, reboot, multiverse, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter what happens in the films. If people don't like it, they go, "Don't worry about it. We'll just change it."
I'll tell you what. The best thing about it though is the score. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. It's so good.
Perfect. Yeah, that's cool. I keep telling Hannah that she's going to lose her mind when they get around to do a Disney series, the origin story of General Grievous. It doesn't matter that he's dead. Obviously, it doesn't matter. They'll just do anyway. No worry. Aaron, how you doing, man?
Thank you for the tag I saw just before we came on for some bits, but it's not for me, man. the card looked too bad. But it also, I don't. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks anyway. Hello,
What a
man.
fun. You find such good stuff. You found the little Cowboys and Mumessa figures as well.
Yeah,
Like, I
all over it.
want to know your tricks.
All over it. Yes, be good to see you guys. Fantastic. Next weekend, the 19th, Saturday the 19th. Not this Saturday, the Saturday after. Myself and Andy will be selling.
Panic then. I thought you said this Saturday. I was like, no, it's not.
Not this Saturday.
Can't do this Saturday.
Yeah, and yeah, I think we'll be selling. Be really good. Be really good. And I will say this about Nebworth Saturday week. Now, this kind of goes for all toy fairs that run throughout this period of time. Is like we often have complaints, or we complain to each other that there's not a lot of toy fairs that happen in the summer. Because the race courses are being used and what things shut down, people go on holiday. So like if you can make it to whatever it may be, Nebworth, Kev stuff and Totten and the ones that run through the more northern ones. There's
I think there's one this Sunday, isn't there? There's
yeah. Like
VP one.
Do you if I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is like make the most of them. Go to them. If you're half tempted but you can't be bothered on the day, like make an effort because they won't be here if we don't. You got to keep it going. I still feel NEC is going to be lost at some point. It's hanging on by a thread with regards to the relationship. So yeah, it's a strange old community.
I didn't realize the one in October is the last one this year.
They're only doing two.
Well, have they even said they're going to do any next year? Or
that apparently yes, but it's gone from 4 a year to 2 a year, and there's no date. So probably yes is the answer. But like I'm just saying that, I used to always enjoy going down on the day after Boxing Day, the 27th, to NEC, and now that doesn't exist, and I'm like, that sucks. So yeah, it's make the most of them. Make the most of the toy fairs, people. And also, I want to sell some stuff, so come and buy some stuff off me and Andy. Stop mucking around. Evening, Colin. Hello.
Hope
Stu.
your renovations going well.
Yeah, I hope the renovations are absolutely cracking through. Vegas in 3 weeks for Stu. So trying to be good and not buy anything. Wow. You can always buy a little something. Always buy a little something. Supporting the footy team. Well, that's also acceptable. Acceptable.
I have no idea who's playing, but
I was watching the cricket before the hundreds on at the moment. Well, when it's not raining. Talks of B&M going under not too long ago. I tell you, I believe Wilco's on its way out, which is
Wilco's is administrators are being called in and everything, haven't they?
Yeah, that's a real shame. Closest thing we kind of got to, not Woolworths, but you know what I mean, like utility shops and stuff. So, Orlando, hello. Yeah, agree with Ollie with Mutant Mayhem. Dave Blade, yes sir. How are you?
The myth.
The man, the myth, the nothing but the toys legend. How you doing, buddy?
I hear we're stalling next to each other at Sandown, Mr. Dave.
Sandown's going to be berserk. It's we got Aaron and Andy and Dave Blade and Dave Good Toys and Matt and Rye and me and Hannah all in one. It's going to be we're not going to sell anything.
Nothing's going to get done. Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be a disaster.
Hey, I'll bring a tin. We can.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy? Because B&M closed down stores that were making profit and sold the stock at 75% off. Everyone started saying they're going under. It was just cheaper to sell stock. Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense. Where we at? Oh, hello. Well, let's just say hello quickly. Hello. How you doing, Triple G? Triple G. How you doing, Mark Manel? No B&M talk. Guess what? Let's talk about B&M. Dan, I will line up, and I was one of those TMNT Super 7 collectors who did pay around $49.99 for the likes of Leatherhead, Ace Ducks, Surfer Mikey as soon as it got released. I feel like a right mug now for going 99 B&M. Listen.
Honestly, I wouldn't, because how do you know? This is the game we play with as toy collectors. Sometimes the prices go up, sometimes they go down. And how, it's never been known that Super 7 stuff has been sold in B&M. So how would you know?
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up over it. This is what it is, unfortunately.
And you absolutely can't count on anything. It's not even being discounted, even being available. I bought AEW Series 2 Lucha Brothers. I got to have a Lucha Brother. I've sold them. I don't collect that stuff anymore. But I think I paid 60 quid for the pair, and it was that's not bad. That dude, they were like a fiver each. I don't even want to talk about You don't make me talk about it, about King Hiss. Like
Hiss is brilliant.
There's a fine line between like the FOMO of, oh, if I don't buy them now, and then like I'll go and everything will be cheap. This stuff is not guaranteed to be cheap, and it's not the whole line currently, because I've said
I've two waves, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I think it's the later waves. It's not the first couple. It's the I think someone said 4 and 5 or 5 and 6.
If there was a 20 quid,
5 and 6.
If there was a 20 quid Muckman or a 20 quid Mutagen Man, I'd quite like them for my collection. But the reality is A, if you bought them because you wanted them for full price, don't sweat it, man. You got them because you wanted them. If you're buying them at cheap and you don't really want them, look at yourself. Throw them away. Get rid of them. You don't need them. If you didn't want them before they were 20, I don't know. Maybe each their own. But also do the everything's going to be a wash now, right? With these for sale at toy fairs and whatever, and people need to be careful with the prices. But if people are charging more than 20 quid, and it's not an individual sell, I guess what I'm trying to say is keep in mind that some shops and sellers, private sellers, have bought this stock in for more than 20 quid before they were 20 quid. So like, I hope you won't see people like, oh, can you believe it? Comics and Cocktails of, yeah, man, because they didn't pay 20 quid for them.
Well, to be fair, Comics and Cocktails and Kapow have had some of the waves up for like £30 each, like gone into sale and stuff. So
pretty
it's
good.
Not unheard of.
Pretty good. Yeah. What's quite funny is absolute legends like Dave Blade and various other people, and Gruntlet on Instagram. Lots of people in various groups have basically put out a shout, and Shannon on the toys team basically saying, "I'm going to B&M. I'll live stream if anyone wants anything," and that's how it should be. If people want them, people buy it, and I like all that. That's all fine. That's helping people out. But it'd be interesting to see someone that has a stock of all the Krangs and wants like £35-40 each. I think out of principle they probably won't sell very much at a toy fair.
Just be wary of the Leonardo Samurai, and I'll show you why.
Go on. Is it going to fall to pieces?
But it's like the Turtles van when they first came out and got done for like 20 quid. They turned up at toy fairs all over the place. Oh, wibbly wobbly.
Oh, he's got Lucy legs.
Oh yeah, he's dancing. He's like
we call them Bugsy legs, mate. Yeah.
So like, if you can't stand him on the shelf without him like.
Oh
wow, he's really loose.
Oh yeah, terrible.
I'm surprised you haven't ganked him up with blue tack by now.
I'm going to throw him against the wall, I think.
Yes.
Do it live. No,
I'm not being funny. You can throw him against the wall. You can buy another one for $19.99. It's not a problem.
There's none around.
There's loads around. There's
not in Sutton. I had a look for you just in case there was anything you wanted, but
so you both live in Sutton.
Yeah, no, I was going to say it's really strange. You say
Coalfield. You live in. I live in the Royal Borough of Sutton Coalfield.
That's not why. It's not why.
No, I live in the whole of Sutton.
Henry VIII came here years ago and played polo in our local park, and then since then it's been the Royal Borough. So like 600 years ago, 500 years ago, whatever it was.
I'm not sure Henry VIII is the yardstick for quality.
I know.
Like people.
Have you seen Hampton Court Palace? That is quality.
No, but him as an individual, he wasn't like the nicest dude.
Brilliant. Introduced the forces. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. When is Sandown? Sandown is Saturday the 9th of September. Yeah, we're all looking forward to that. I'd say it's my favourite one, Sandown. I absolutely love it.
I love Sandown.
Everyone's going to be there from our side anyway. But yeah, I don't know. These things always make me giggle a little bit. And there is a minute. There's oh no, you know what? That Slash is pretty nice, man. And then you're going to stop. I said I wasn't going to buy modern, but
Dave got me a Stark. He looks wicked.
I think it's a great. The Slash is great, and the Krang's great. Did you not want an A-Stuck anyway, or did you? Yeah. I mean, regardless, if you're like, I kind of wanted it, and the fact
I wanted it, but I was like, I'm not doing 50 quid. Like, I won't spend 50 quid on the Thundercats ones, even though I love Thundercats and the figures are amazing. But 50 is too much. Like,
if I £20 want it, that's fine, and I £20 would buy Mutagen Man or Muckman because I like them. But I wouldn't. I don't care about the rest of them. That's just me. But I don't collect turtles, as we all know.
Collect mutants.
What's that behind you there? What's that on that shelf? I think I see quite a few turtles. Yeah.
That's a bee and a mosquito. Ain't no turtles there, son. Yeah, big up Grant and Dave.
What does the copyright stamp say on its leg?
It doesn't. I filed it off. Does Ollie collect Super 7 or NECA TMT or both, or does he make his own?
All three.
Yes. You've got quite a and Playmates, of course, obviously.
Well, I've got all the Super 7s to date, apart from some of the exclusives that are from like Big Bad Toy Store. I have several NECAs. I don't have all of them, and I have a whole detail full of Playmates and stuff.
You've got my favorite.
I've got the sickness, mate. I've got the turtles.
He's down with the sickness. You've got my favorite. Andy, you get that?
I did get it.
A musical reference we're all on board with. You've got my favourites. I don't own them, but the NECA turtles. I had the baby turtles. I sold them. They're pretty cool, but whatever. I like the black and white ones that you've got from the original comics.
Well, I don't have though. I've got the.
You've got the colour version of. Yeah,
I've got the real RAF, and then I've got the bootlegs of all four of them because they were only like £40 each. And then when they came in the post, the smell of the toxic plastic was like. Whew.
Yeah.
Had to let them air off for a little while. Savagery.
Yeah, Ollie he's a Playmates man as well. Not just if you watch the video with him and Theo, which we'll talk about in a minute. Not just Playmate. Like he's got the Toxics. He's got the Earthworm Gyms. All the Playmate. All the staple Playmates.
Not all the Earthworm Gyms. So if anyone has any going spare,
what are you looking for?
Pete the Puppy.
Peter Puppy.
Peter Puppy. Yeah. Who else? I've got Princess What's Her Name carded. I haven't got her on her own. Yeah. And I need the the swimming gym.
You don't need that one.
I did have it and I sold it at Boot Fair. Well, I say I sold it at Boot Fair. Someone literally broke down my window as soon as I drove up there in pitch black and literally raided my
just took it all
and got it out.
You don't need it, mate, because if you're displaying, and this is one of my problems. This is where I get on about collecting. Is why would you want 3 different versions of Jim in one display? I'm annoyed that I've got 2. I've got the battle damage one on the pocket rocket.
Oh, on that one, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, and I've got the normal one.
You've got the green one, the one that was like an exclusive one.
I've got 2 bagged mailaways. Yeah.
Why were they green? He looks like the Green Lantern.
Two mailaways.
I've got 2 of the same one. I had one and I bought one off Dave Blade because I lowballed him like you wouldn't believe. It's glorious. Yeah, I've got 2
ones. Yeah, I think the one I got for you was sealed, right?
They're both sealed, but they're sealed in a way that there is a piece of sellotape that joins the bag together. It's not like.
I thought the one I got. Not that I got it for you, but
Yeah, the one you sorted out, but that is them sealed. It's just taped.
Yeah. Oh right, okay.
So you get an adult, Dan, and open it. Open your toy.
And do what? And do what with it, mate?
Throw it at your other toy. No, Joe.
There you go. Acetone. Let's melt them all together. Yeah. You know what's annoying? what was annoying was getting hold of all the. Okay, I'll show you. Getting the different. So you've got battle damaged.
Or they snots or something.
Yeah,
battle damaged. But also he comes in green. Battle damaged.
What's he called? Of the Blob Orbs. I can't remember what he's called now.
Snot in it.
Is it Snot? I can't remember.
Is it Snot? Yeah, because it's like Major Mucus is the. And then you've got.
I'm sure Dan told me they were all called Snot.
I think it's Snot. And then you've got not battle damage, just regular. And let me tell you, this one of these 2 is a real. I think this one was a real pain to get hold of. What am I doing in my life? Collecting the same figures in different colours. Jeez. So yeah, it's just another thing of variance. You don't need Underwater Jim, mate. You don't need it. I'm telling you.
Fair point. Well, okay, I need Pete the Puppy though, at least.
Fair, you do. Yeah, if you're going to have like a nice display, and the premium DNA ones are starting to be.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I've decided that if I do buy one, I'll go through Josh into the verse if he gets them. If I do buy one, I wouldn't mind having Professor Monkey for a head because there is none.
Yeah,
the versions they've done of Bob Number 4, Earthworm Jim, and Psycho, they're incredible. They're amazing, but I don't need I don't need them. I don't need more figures of the same figures. So I might get Monkey for a head, but that'll be about it, I would say. No one asked. I'm answering questions no one asked. I apologise, guys. It's been a long day at work. Plumber tape for loose joints. That's it.
I shouldn't have to do that though, really.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to do that. So we got.
But you've got loose joints. Sometimes with the Mythic Legions, they're too stiff, so you have to put them in hot water or use like a hairdryer on them to like unstiffen them.
The Mythic Legions, it literally comes with a bit of paper that says, "Get a hairdryer on it." Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the instructions. It's like heat it up, but not too much. But you need to heat it up a little bit.
Yeah, if you do it too much and like you there's a point of no return where they'll end up with just like your Leo. Actually, Simon was I will see if I can find the link. There's a spray you can get.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you spray it in the joints or on the joints, or whatever, and it stiffens them back up.
Yeah.
Careful, Andy. We know what it's like when you start talking about things like, you know,
He gets all gears.
big bang in your hand.
That's why it's called the giggler, because he can't stop once he gets going. He can't stop. Has Ollie been tempted by the new Mutant Mayhem figures at all?
I have the sickness.
He's down with the sickness. You show us that in a minute when we do we'll do some toys in a minute. I'm just going to get to the end of the hellos. Shandog, hello, my friend.
Howdy.
Hello. Again, Toys team on Facebook. Make sure you follow auctions, especially on Thursdays. Big up yourselves. Hey, Aaron, how you doing, man? That's all right. I hope you're feeling better. I know your head was not great. Big love to Ollie.
Congratulations.
Always. Yeah. Good evening, Miss Detty. Good evening. Yes, your video with Theo is fantastic, Ollie. Your skeleton, your self-made figures are tremendous. We're going to get to the end of the hellos, and then we will talk about that. I'm really making a meal out of this. Let's
No more than usual.
I know. Pork Chop Express.
Yeah.
Got them on pre-order from the Vert. Fantastic.
Pay your dues.
Yes, like Josh would probably have some of the Super 7 figures that are like
the
proper price. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. A lot of toy dealers at shops will have bought them in at whatever they pay, 45 quid to try and sell them at 50 quid or whatever. And yeah.
I have a feeling though, they're not selling that well at full price. Like a lot of people are buying, companies like Comics and Cocktails now are buying them in bulk, and they're just not selling as well as they thought.
Exactly. They're too expensive.
Well, they're expensive, and we are still in a cost of living crisis. But my thought overall, and I always feel like this, and I always have a little moan, is it's too much stuff, guys. There's too much stuff out there. We have Turtles, now we have Turtles Super 7, now we have Turtles flipping.
Now we have Turtles Mezco, Turtles.
What are the ones that I don't like?
The
two-pack.
I know which ones you mean now.
Are they NECA?
NECA cartoon series.
Yeah, I don't like them. I like some of them. For every 2-pack, I think one's okay and one's not good. But there's them.
Who's the company? Is it Loyal Subjects? They've do them as well.
Loyal Subjects. Jeez, even Fugglers. Fugglers have got turtle range.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw.
Listen, it's too much choice. And you go with your budget, and if you like turtles but you don't £50 like turtles, then you're not going to be getting the Super 7s, right? And then you're going to have loads of Super 7s because everyone's spent their money pre-ordering a flipping Ghost from HasLab.
Yeah, there is too much.
Yeah. Ollie, show us what you got. Show me what you got.
All right. While we're talking about turtles, I may as well show you some turtles that I've got.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of the original, Mirage Comics. And so I have the bootlegs of the original Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman ones, but these are the Jim Lawson turtles. So these are NECA figures.
Okay.
And so these are like the second artist that did the Mirage comics. So he's quite a famous turtles artist from the 80s.
They look very
these are legit. These are
legit. Yeah, I did get them from AliExpress, I will say that, but they are legit. So there's the gigantic.
I've seen people showing that, but okay.
And then so you get all 4 of them in there and that.
The legit knockoff Megabox. I love that sort of thing. Yeah.
But that is legit.
Yeah.
But no, they're really cool figures. I mean, obviously they're all the same body, aren't they? But just slightly different heads. But
they've all got the same.
I've got the sickness, mate. I've got the sickness.
Have you ever considered you might have too many turtles, my friend?
I do. Yeah. I do have too many turtles.
I've
got the movies, I've got the cartoons, but they're all in boxes because I don't want them out anymore.
Of course you don't. Why would you? Why would you want to look at them after you paid all that money for them?
Exactly.
I like the graphic novel-y, cartoony, accents on them.
They are well-made figures and they're really nice. And when they pose really well and all that.
Look at that, Andy. Checking the legs, make sure it's not a wobbler.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
Comparison time.
Wobble, 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 wobble. Buttery biscuit base. I've got to be honest, right?
Buttery biscuit. Man.
After a certain amount of time, and this is my ignorance. This is not a dig at anyone, but I'm like, yep, it's a turtle. But people, oh no, this one's special because this is from the era of. I'm like, I don't know enough about turtles, but if you're happy, I'm happy. That's
Thanks, Dan.
What else you got?
What else? Okay,
show me more stuff.
I'm a big fan of Scott Pilgrim. I love the comic books of Scott Pilgrim, and so a guy called Ish, who I think has also done some Toxic Crusader stuff. He's done the Scott Pilgrim figures, so I bought the second wave, or some of them anyway, because he's done loads of variants and stuff. But
is there a film with that Scott?
Yeah, so there's the little Scott.
Yeah.
There's little Ramona.
Oh, that's cool. See, I thought Ramona Flowers, they cast. No one had any
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, no one had any real gripes with that. But people, the thing is about Scott Pilgrim, Andy, is they made a film, and it's a very good film, but people absolutely loved the lore around it. So it got a little bit caned with that. It's not the same as it should. You know how it is.
Right. Okay.
But it is good. It's fun. It's a fun film, and it's got Chris Evans in it.
It does. I mean, I like the film. Like the film is. The first half is like really spot on to the first two books.
Right.
After that, though, it kind of just goes does its kind of own little thing. But yeah, I love the books. Big fan of the books. And there's going to be an animated series as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sounds like it's made.
I mean, I haven't got any other toys. I've got some things I've made.
What have you made? Hello. That's outstanding.
I like that a lot.
that's almost Toy-Con-esque with the color. I love it. Is this just a fever dreams that made you spice dreams that you made this, or is this for something?
It's for something.
Okay. I like the skull. Keep me in mind if you're selling a skull off afterwards, mate.
Well, it's plasticine, dude. It's not going to last very well.
Keep your skull, mate. I've got no interest in plasticine.
How do you keep them in the heat? Or is that a really stupid question? Do they sort of?
I did a video a couple of years ago when it was a heat wave, and I had to stop for a couple of days. I literally couldn't touch it because it just went.
Okay.
But yeah, so at the moment it's all right. It's not too bad, is it? The weather we've had quite a mild summer, so it's been all right.
Well, so far, but global warming.
That's all I've got.
We might have lost comments. I don't know if anyone's commented.
I was going to say I didn't want to interrupt Dolly, but mine have stopped at Pork Chop Kieran Ball Pork Chop Express.
Mine have too, but there's every chance people have just simply stopped writing things and just got.
No. I've just clicked on my phone just to see if it's happening again, and it is. There is lots of other comments all giving love for Ollie's stuff, but yeah, we can't.
I think StreamYard is meant to be messing up a bit at the moment.
Something is going on with StreamYard. Oh my goodness. So many. Okay. Scab the Viking. Andy's in the house. How you doing, Andy? David World.
Survived your day of a transfer today.
Yeah, I hope you
had to go somewhere else for work, and it was a little bit sketchy.
Yeah, to say the least. David World Toys, how you going, my friend? Hope you're well. Sue. Hello. Beetlejuice. Watching Beetlejuice. I love it. I'll just keep an eye on that on the other. I work 2 screens like an absolute pro.
Yeah, hopefully it'll just jump back like it did last time. I don't know.
There's another anime being made at the moment. What was I talking to someone about? They've actually made an anime of it. I can't remember. New animes. It's really, really good. Oh, I can't remember. I'll have a think about that. See if I can remember what it is. Andy, you got anything?
You about One Piece or something?
No, not mangary. As in, sorry, not like traditional manga stuff, but someone has made something that from our past into something new, and I can't remember.
Are you on about Small Soldiers?
No, I hate Small Soldiers, man.
I love Small Soldiers.
Someone's done like a short film, haven't they? Like using it's all CGI. It looks well made.
I was talking to someone about how everything's going to get there's nothing new anymore, and our generation, people just need to leave it alone. Just stop.
I 100% agree with you.
Just stop. Yeah. We don't, and I mean that with toys as well. It's killing my love for it, man. I've got to be honest. It's like, we're remaking this, and we've got reversions of this, and new ones of these, and I'm like, I don't care, man. I don't need 1,000 and remakes, reworkings, revisions, prequels, sequels, blah blah blah. I'm like, That's what I just really enjoy, like a new idea, a fresh idea. Make your own nostalgia. But we can't leave it alone. This is on people our age who just can't leave it alone.
You know
Do you
what
think
other
that's-
ideas, Dan? The Meg,
What's-
brilliant.
It's not.
Fast and Furious
It's based on a
franchise,
book, isn't
brilliant.
it?
It's
based
it's
on
a sick. Yes, it's based on a book by Dostoevsky. I don't know.
Not a clue. All I know is Jason Statham kicking ass. It's great.
Yeah, Jason Statham. Here's a little bit of shimfo for you. In the Meg 2, The Trench, Jason Statham free dives with no with like no additional equipment to twice the depth.
Just his lungs of that, and he can take them.
Twice the
Because he's
depth.
that much of a man.
Twice the depth that the Titan went to before it imploded, killing all on board. So there we go. Just like the Fast and the Furious and its 27-mile runway, or whatever you want to call it. But
I've still not seen one of those films.
Fast and Furious.
Not seen one of them.
I got caught out by the last one. I only watched it recently. I didn't realize it's a two-parter. It was getting. I was like, it's got to be coming to an end. I swear I've been watching it for like 4 hours. I was like, when's it going to end? And then it just it did end and was like, part 2 coming soon. I was like, what?
What, Fast and Furious?
Yeah. Number
Really?
10 is a two-parter.
Oh my god.
Oh, strap
Ah!
in. Strap in. I don't want to say any spoilers,
If I
but
couldn't
everything-
hate it anymore, Jesus.
it's amazing.
I've
I've got to be honest. John Cena probably saves this one. John Cena's so good.
But even that they're basically going to franchise out Evil Dead. It's just there'll be like a new Evil Dead
But they
film
have,
every year.
isn't it like a TV show now?
Well, no, they did Ash versus Evil Dead, but that had its roots in the traditional Evil Dead. Then they did the Evil Dead remake in 2013, which wasn't a remake, just whatever. Just had the Necronomicon in it. It was fine as a standalone horror film. Then I've done Evil Dead Rise, but they're just going to keep making random Evil Dead films and be like, it's like a franchise, it's like the Saw franchise, but it isn't, and it's killing my love for the Evil Dead, and I don't like it. And I'm
Saw's coming back for like number 10.
What's that?
Saw. I'm sure I saw a trailer for like Saw 10.
Saw stopped being in any way good after Saw 4.
No, Saw 1. I don't know. I don't like horror films, but Saw 1 I think was very good.
Dude, stopped being good after Saw 4. Saw 1 is a great film. Great idea. A bit silly, but fine. Saw 2 is just a haunted house film. It wasn't even meant to be a Saw film. It was just a standard horror film. And that's fine. Saw 3 is horrific, raw,
What's
graphic.
the one with all the needles?
2.
That's 2, isn't it?
Is that 2?
Putting their hands in the.
Yeah.
And then by like Saw 4, it's like, this is now a franchise. We've put all this money into making a ride at Thorpe Park. I guess we're going to rewrite the whole thing and say there was other people involved and he didn't do it on his own. No, not interested in that.
But yeah,
So
I forgot. We have. Can you see comments, or do you want me to try and?
No, I'm looking at them on the other screen quickly. So we got.
Okay, yeah, because.
I'd watch Jaws: Revenge and the crap that is the Meg, Kieran. I agree. And Jaws: Revenge is terrible.
That's awful.
Fast and Furious is the worst franchise. Yep.
No.
All Girl Evil Dead just been in cinemas. That's what I'm saying. Like the Evil Dead Rises. Yeah. Toys for Sale. Fast and Furious 10 would be 3 movie finish. Supposed to. I don't know. Yeah, Saw 3. Saw 4's all right. I mean, they're all right, whatever. I don't know. Who am I to judge? I'm just saying that we need new stuff, not. But everything's been Disneyfied. There's no good horror films. Every now and then you get like an outlier. But who are the directors that can do what they want now? Tarantino.
What was the one that I liked?
Tarantino and Nolan, pretty much.
Mm.
But at a lower level, you probably got Ari Aster.
Is he the one that did the film I mentioned to you the other day with the what was it? Someone's Afraid. Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Claire made me watch it, and I was like, "This is the weirdest thing. Like, what are you making me watch?" But it was okay. It was just mental.
It's an incredible film, but I would never ever have recommended it to you.
I think Claire was just playing a joke. Her and her sister went to see it in the cinema, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Andy will love this."
a 3-hour joke, pretty harsh.
But you know, I was like, "Oh, can we now go see Meg 2?" Absolutely not. I was like, "I've just watched this."
I'm just glad he hasn't gone the route of every other indie kind of filmmaker who kind of gets a slight success in a smaller film, and then Marvel or Star Wars or whatever superhero film will pluck them out. Okay, now you're doing this now, and it just kills any kind of imagination or anything that was good that could have come from them, and just kind of sticks them in this.
I mean, I don't know how he can cross over to Marvel. I mean, the Dad in the Attic was just
Stop. No spoilers for anyone who hasn't
No, I
seen
didn't
it.
say.
No, I know. What's like, even people like James Gunn, they made really creative films, and the stuff they do for Marvel and DC is the best, in my opinion, of that genre. But it's still just generic as hell, man. Like, I don't know. Like you said,
I love Super.
Super's incredible, dude. But I like Slither as well. Like,
Slither was great as well.
Yeah, Super's fantastic film. Shut Up, Crime. Such a good film. But like, dude, you'd enjoy Super. You'd enjoy Super. It's got Rainn Wilson, the guy from The Office, in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Kick-Ass a little bit in the fact that he decides to fight crime, but he kind of gets it as a call from God. But God is these tentacles that cuts his head open and like massages the idea into his head. It's bonkers.
It's a very good film. It's a very good film, very funny film, and also quite sad. And it's got Kevin Bacon is in it, and Liv Tyler is in it, and Elliot Page, pre-Elliot Page is in it. It's
the intro sequence is awesome. It's like a kid's cartoon, like hand drawn, like with crayons and stuff. It's so well done.
Yeah, it's a really, really good film. Sorry, guys, the comments are being weird again, so I'm not seeing them on my side. But hello to Gary. Hello, my friend. Hope you are well. Hello, Ben. Absolute legend that is Ben Allen. If you haven't watched Talk Toy to Me, make sure you
listen to it.
So
you can watch the SoundCloud bar move along. But yeah, Talk Toy to Me. We love it. Excellent. Andy, what you got?
To be honest, not much this week because my car has decided to pack up and tomorrow it's going to the garage, so I'm crying and worried. But anyway, I did manage to pick up something thanks to Sura Toys or Sarah. I think it was Sue that messaged me. But either way, thank you very much for pointing me in the direction of this. I won it on eBay. Not really a toy, but something that I really appreciate. It's really cool. It's a Willow press kit from
nice.
Back in yonder. It's I don't know. I don't really know much about the press kits. My presumption is obviously the press were given them.
You normally get a load of 8x10s and just some like
there's like a stack. I say a stack. There's probably about 8 photos.
I mean, these things don't exist anymore.
No, it's all digital, isn't it?
Like, is it Ron Howard? I think.
Strong Tash.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Ron
a school like that nowadays.
Richie Cunningham himself.
Yeah.
Warwick
And Mardigan.
How do they get this possum to act so well? It's so good.
It's not. It's an even smaller.
So it's not a possum. It's a dwarf hamster.
Yeah.
Is it really? No.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just it's something different. It's cool.
That's cool. It's super cool.
She scared the crap out of me as a kid. That scene.
It's good baddie. Good baddie.
And then she turned. No, I think that's after. But then, when she turned everyone into pigs, that really freaked me out as well.
So unnecessary.
This little sex god, eh?
Oh, a bit of a Kilmer.
Little Val Kilmer action. But yeah, then there's like just
hot. Should be Val Kilmer, right? Am I right? Val Kilmer.
Yeah, there's just like paperwork and stuff, but it's really cool to have. I'm glad I managed to get it. So thank you very much for pointing me in the right direction.
Really cool.
I still haven't watched that show. Is it worth a watch?
No.
No.
I liked the TV show as a TV show, just like a fantasy sci-fi, escape for an hour or two. I don't think it's very Willow-esque, other than some of the character names, and it's got Willow Ufgood and magic. But it didn't have the same sort of flair. They tried to by bringing back some characters, but it just didn't work, I don't think. But still very good. I enjoyed the show. Kind of gutted they're not doing a season 2 because the ending of it, I think, was going to open up the world, which might have made it a bit more Willow-esque.
Yeah.
But yeah.
On the comments on the other one, I've got some. Yes, Brad, Slither is the Killer Slug film with Michael Rooker, who's in everything that, literally everything that
James
Gunn does. Lots of love for the Willow kit from Sue and from Sarah as well.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And Fuzzy Dunlop raises a very good point. It is gone from Disney now. Been pulled, gone forever.
It was actually gone. They've actually. Yeah. I know they were.
It's not even on there. Can you not even watch it on there?
I don't believe so. I believe they've cut it.
I think they did it as a tax thing, so they didn't have to pay residuals and stuff. But that's what the whole strike's all about, isn't it? And
exactly.
Support.
Yeah, absolutely. I've just remembered. Although A24, I believe, are continuing with doing a film because they basically just went, we agree to all the terms that have been put forward.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin Smith is directing a film because he's agreed to pay and do everything that the actors want. So fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think some indie films are allowed to be made because they're like exempt.
Yeah. I mean, some indie films don't have the budget to create AI replacements for the background.
Yeah, exactly. That's so.
Oh, dude! We are entering Skynet, and we need to just be a little bit careful.
Do you remember? I don't know. Maybe a year ago, Theo did a video of like just messing around with AI, like on Discord, and he was just kind of coming up with like toys, but they're kind of very crude. If you look at what AI art looked like then, skip forward a year now, it's insane. We're going to get feature films that will be able,
dude.
That will be.
Mid-Journey version 5 came out and it can do hands, and that was the one giveaway for
because it was like about 8 digits and stuff like that.
You've got a Rival Schools hat on. Respect.
I have, yeah. Oh, cheers.
Last time I saw Rival Schools, they played The Whole of United by Fate, and it was kind of boring, but I wasn't there for that. I was there for Far doing Water and Solutions front to back. It was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. Andy, you in? No, didn't.
I never saw Far. I've seen Jonah live.
That makes two of us.
Yeah,
he did Water and Solutions.
All
he tried to hug everyone afterwards, and he was all sweating. I was like, no.
Oh yeah, he did some signing. My friend had a record shop, and he signed some bits for me, some like one-line drawing stuff, and my Water and Solutions. But I really only like Water and Solutions. I don't even care about Far. I just like Water and Solutions. But that's because it was rewritten by Dave Sardi. It's really boring. I'll talk about you offline. Yeah. But live, really good. Much heavier than on record.
Yeah,
yeah, it's good. That's a long time ago. Jeez, it was good. What were we talking about? Oh, I remembered what that thing was. I was trying to remember. Gremlins. So I was saying, oh, geez, they're gonna kickstart Gremlins.
Oh, they are.
But they have. They've made like an anime series. But apparently it's incredible.
Oh, okay.
Because they could do whatever they wanted to with it, obviously, because it's animated. So that's what I was thinking of. That apparently this is a new thing coming out, and it's absolutely and it's how Gizmo got into the possession of the vendor, Mr. Whatever before.
What was his name? I was going to say Miyagi, but that's
that, my friends, would be racist.
I know. I'm trying to think what his name was now.
I genuinely can't remember. I forgot. Hands down, forgot that.
It wasn't Mr. Miyagi. No.
What's the guy from? Jesus! There were two of them from Goonies and Lost Boys. Oh my God! Corey Feldman. I forgot Corey Feldman was in Gremlins completely.
Yeah, he plays a Christmas tree.
Yeah, I just totally forgot. I don't really watch Gremlins. I just like. I like.
Is it Mr. Wings? I think he's called.
I watched Gremlins 2. I must have seen Gremlins 2. If I've seen Gremlins 2 50 times, I've seen Gremlins 1 like 3 times.
I love Gremlins 2, but I prefer the first one.
I prefer the first one.
I like Gremlins 2.
Actually saying that, I think I like them both the same.
They're obviously very, very
Gremlins 2 is very creative in what it does.
Yeah. Gremlins 2 was the first film. I mean, again, there were many people to do much better breakdowns, including Red Letter Media, about it. But Gremlins 2 was one of the first films that was like a self-aware spoof of what the film it was, and it broke the fourth wall. The film literally started disintegrating, and Gremlins ran out of it. I mean, like madness. That's what you get when you tell the director you can do whatever you want, and he goes, "Cool, I'll make this."
Like he needs to make more films, Joe.
New York.
Yeah, he does need to make more films. Yeah. I was looking at the other. I say Kieran would rather watch the Meg than the Willow TV show. Yep, fair enough. Fair play to that. Ben saying Secret Invasion's intro used AI, so Disney are all about the AI now. Yeah.
But also, Secret Invasions is awful. I mean, I've managed to. I sat through I think 2 episodes, and I just can't bother with the rest of it. That's a great example of stuff that. Sorry, Dan. There's just too much of it.
Yeah,
like the Marvel stuff now. They're just churning it again and again, and it's just
they've made it like the comics. Like when there's so many comics, and they try and keep it all one continuity. It's like where's your jumping in point now? Like if there's a new viewer who wants to start, where do you start? Because there's so much crap there to watch.
There's a little film called Blade, Now you get on that, and you just work your way through them. I've said this before, and I'm probably boring, broken record, but I absolutely hate the idea. People love this, by the way. I hate expanded universes. I hate it. I hate crossover.
It kills creativity, I think.
Well, it makes me. This is going to sound really like really sad, I guess, but like it makes me. It like gives me anxiety of like, oh, and then you got to watch this because that ties into this, and always a little sneak peek there for that, and da da da. And when I was younger, I would be like, you get enthusiastic about new things coming out, and now I simply don't care. I think it's because I've lost, all motivation for all aspects of life. But in particular, when it comes to film, I'm like, I don't care anymore. So I stopped watching them. I haven't seen Civil War. I haven't seen Infinity War. I haven't seen Endgame. I've seen like, I just simply don't care. And the Star Wars stuff, I just don't care. I don't care. I haven't seen Book of Boba Fett. Haven't seen Mandalorian 3. And you know what? Life goes on. It's all right. And I'm trying to find what it is I like again. And the answer is weird, depressing folk horror. That's what I want in my life.
I just find like, especially like event cinema is really depressing. So I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent now, but like Inception is the highest grossing original film. Like no original film has outgrossed Inception, and that was 12 years ago. That's insane.
Wow. Well, so everything since has been based on
right. Exactly. And it's so depressing that like that we're in this state with cinema. But yeah,
well, it's a weird one. I remember like how excited I was. I think it's 2009. Was it 2009? Oh, geez. But when maybe it wasn't. I remember thinking District 9 came.
2009, wasn't it?
2009. District 9. What a film!
That was a good film.
It's a great film. It's a great film. And Brown. He was meant to direct the next Aliens film. That's annoying that didn't happen.
Wasn't he going to do a RoboCop as well?
I think so. Yeah. But like. And
again, kill it. Just get rid of Aliens now. It's done.
Yeah, stop doing Aliens. Stop doing Predators.
We agree on about Aliens.
Stop doing Predators. Stop doing RoboCops.
Terminators.
Stop doing it all.
They haven't done another RoboCop though. They did the one where he wore the black suit, and that was it.
That's not a one where he wore the black suit. That is a remake of RoboCop. It's not like a continuation. They did RoboCop, which is obviously a classic. RoboCop 2, which is the best of the RoboCops. Just poorly,
Excuse me.
It's the best of the It's got Kane in it. It's the best of the RoboCops. It's very poorly acted, and the script isn't great, but thematically, it's the best of the RoboCops. I'm telling you. Are we going to disagree?
Yeah, we are.
What? Because you love RoboCop 3, where he starts flying?
Oh yeah, with the samurai.
Yeah.
No, I like the TV series.
I mean, I've seen that.
I take it back. Right, RoboCop 1 is obviously the best of the RoboCops, but I like the theme in 2. But the remake, it was like, why? Why?
Yeah, it was just.
Who cares?
Although it did have Hocus Pocus Focus song in it, which is a classic song.
Right.
Have you not heard that one?
I have obviously forgotten.
It's like a proper riff. It almost sounds like a Top Gear kind of song. Like it's a proper dry. Anyway, listen to it later on.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's got yodeling in it. It's amazing.
I remember it having Samuel L. Jackson and Michael Keaton both hamming it up like two massive slabs of gammon, which I enjoyed, like because what made RoboCop good was the Verhoeven style, over the top commercial. Like that, it was meant to be silly, right? It was meant to be silly, but then they made it all gritty and like he wears black now and it's all serious. I'm like, oh, that's ruined it. It's half man, half cop.
I don't think it was that bad. It wasn't the worst remake.
You know, it was really good. And you know what? We was all sitting there going, "Oh, I wish they'd remake Total Recall. There's a film that needs remaking."
To take it back to toys though.
Yeah.
How good were those first RoboCop figures? Back when they had cap gun things back in the back.
I think it was Kenner. They were.
Yeah. I've still got my original one and the Ed Terror 9. But how easy to lose was the RoboCop helmet.
The helmet.
Because you ping the cap back and the helmet fly off. Yeah, pretty poor. Yeah, I've got a weird relationship with RoboCop because I think Clarence Boddicker is absolutely supreme. He's one of the best bad guys in sort of action cinematic history. But yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I can't remember it that much. It was good.
I was talking to the other day. I hope it wasn't on air. The weeks are getting shorter, but about how if you talk about 80s and you'll get on board with this, right? Talk about 80s action stars, like proper 80s action stars. Yeah. Down the bottom, it's kind of got to be Van Damme, right? I know.
Chuck Norris, surely, if you're going to go with that.
I'm not even counting Chuck Norris. I'm saying muscle-bound 80s action stars, right? The big four, right? You got like Van Damme and Lundgren are kind of down there, so they've got a couple of bangers, but also a lot of rubbish. Yeah. Then you've got a massive step up to Sylvester Stallone because Rocky, Rambo, forget about the other stuff, but just Rocky and Rambo puts him in like next level. And then
you're forgetting
over the top, obviously. And then
toy line, didn't it?
Yeah, he's got some, yeah.
Do they arm wrestle?
Yeah,
they because it's in the cabinet. But yeah, it's got a mechanism on the back that you twist, and his arms like.
Buddy, you can buy like an actual little play arm wrestling set, like a little mat thing for the figures. Genuinely, yeah. But then 1,000 miles above them is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and everything he touched was gold. Everything he touched was gold. Whereas
Terminator, Conan, Predator, Total Recall,
Running Man.
Running
Even
Man.
like Twins and Jingle All the Way and Last Action Hero, like they're all like, oh yeah. Dude, but you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Whereas if I went Cyborg, you go, oh yeah,
yeah,
you know, or Universal Soldier 2, oh yeah, ugh. Anyway. I don't know where I'm going with that. I was talking about it to someone the other day that you think, oh yeah, that's
Steven Seagal though.
Don't put Steven Seagal in the muscle-bound action heroes. He's always been a fat mess.
No, man, not Under Siege. Come on.
Yes, Under Siege. Yes, Under Siege.
No, man.
Yes, I promise you.
Everyone knows what the best scene in Under Siege is, and it doesn't feature
the birthday cake.
The birthday cake. Yeah. Obviously.
I always wanted one of those cakes.
Yeah. Oh, we've got. So I'm going back. We've got some comments. I can't put them up, guys, because our comments have stopped on our stream, which is disappointing.
I'll open up YouTube.
Ben's big fan of District 9. Yes. Viper market's flooded, and we have too much choice now. I think we have less choice. If I'm completely honest, so if you're talking about toys, which you probably are, way too much choice. If you're talking about films, no choice at all. Not enough choice.
It's all just He-Man and Turtles again and again and again.
Who like stop? Just stop. You know what He-Man is? It's rubbish. It was brilliant when we were young because it was imaginative.
But didn't you go through a phase of collecting Horde Troopers, collecting?
Dude, I was there, man. In the 80s. We loved He-Man. Cartoon, rubbish. Toys, amazing. Cartoon, advert for toys. But I
think the cartoon's pretty good.
It's not pretty good. I promise you.
I still watch it. Well, I haven't watched it for a couple of years, but I watched it during lockdown. It was good.
His snout spout.
Yeah.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Garbage. But quite fun. Silly. But the toys were great. But the toys, I'll let you into a secret now, Andy. The toys are bad. They're bad.
As in good?
No. As in they are purely what they are, which is He-Man toys. So
it's spring action. They are.
I mean, I don't know, man. Just stop. I'm guilty. I bought I collect the Modulot classics and the Blade, and I've got 20,000 Horde Troopers.
Mega Modulot go?
I know. Ollie's going to make me a part at some point when I can hassle him for it. I need a special Modulot part made.
Is it like just one, or do you need multiple of them?
It's going to need multiple.
I need about 60. Yeah.
60. Are we go the length of the NEC?
Yeah, please. Yeah, 10, 8 would be perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Smugglers. Yes, he's tuned in just in time to see my Under Siege reenactment. I hope you are well, dude. I hope you're well. Yeah. Ollie, love your work. That's from Christian Smugglers. Sorry, Christian, we're not getting
getting
comments on the normal stream, so I'm whipping over to YouTube. Which is rubbish, but yeah. Ben said, Andy, you seriously think the He-Man cartoon was good? No, it's rubbish. Yeah, you heard him. It's rubbish. It's fine. It was what it was.
Sorry,
Leave it alone.
I'm failing.
Leave it alone. We've done it. We've had it. We've been there. Leave it alone. You know what, guys? I'd be happy if I never did the Michael Bay Transformers film. Leave it alone. It was done. Why you got to mess with this stuff? Anyway, no one cares what I think. Ollie, you recently, i.e. yesterday, have had a video out with our pal Theo, Slimehouse. Everyone go and watch it. if you've not seen it already. It's Ollie hanging out Ollie's gaff. Not enough pug for my liking, but still a little bit of pug action towards the end. How was that? Peter? How was the experience?
Obviously when he came here, it was just like hanging out with a friend, and just him and his friend Bent Legs, who's top guy as well. And we just talked about my toys and the stuff I've been making, and then he did a little cameo in the film that I've been working on. I picked up a big box of stuff for him. Like, he bought some stuff from a guy in Cornwall, so I was like the middleman. I picked it up for him, and then he unboxed it all here, and it was just a lot of fun. And then before I know it, I think literally as he left the house, he'd already uploaded the video. It was like that quick. And then it was very surreal, and I don't take compliments very well. I find it awkward and a bit embarrassing.
Luckily, I wasn't going to give you any, so excellent.
But no, he was very complimentary about me, and it's don't get me wrong, it's quite touching, and but I don't know how to act because I'm a proper stiff upper British man. You know what I mean?
I hear you. It's difficult, but at some point you're going to have to accept that the fact that you make a living being creative means that you are very, very good at what you do. And you'll always look at it. It's the same as music, man. You look at it and you go, shoulda, coulda, woulda, because all you see is the bits that you would do better, or the bits that you could have done something different. But the reality is of the dozens of things that I've seen that you've made, every one of them has been absolutely brilliant. So have that compliment. Get that one out
there. But meeting Theo and that's really cool because we're very similar. We've got different interests in terms of music and things, but we've got very similar movie tastes and things like that. But the way we operate and the way we work is very similar.
Yeah. And, speaking of movies, you could get a glimpse into my narcissistic egotism when Bad Taste came out, and I immediately was like, I'll probably get a mention. Not a word. Didn't give old Mr. Dan Plastic a nod.
I'm gonna say your name was brought up a lot while he was here, and so it's on footage somewhere, just not in the finished piece. So I apologise.
Every time he's mentioned on the cutting room floor.
Tell you what, I'll get a T-shirt made with your face on it. Andy's on the back, and then whatever angle I'm on, Toy Division is covered.
Thanks, man. If you can get the one with Andy on the back and somehow Photoshop him holding Aliens figures, that'd be terrific.
The tongue.
Yeah.
The most stupid thing is I've got a graded Alien figure because of our stupid life. Because
of our stupid dead friend, we have a. I don't know if we told you, Ollie. We Aaron and Andy had a competition.
Oh, that sounded so harsh.
Well, he was stupid, and now he's dead. And
yeah,
we miss him, but don't do drugs, kids. There's a very old story involving a snake alien. Yeah. So us three bought the worst carded possible Kenner snake alien we could, and
battered card, you mean?
Just not great, but not torn open.
Yeah, we basically got 3 cheap ones.
3 very, very cheap ones, creased up, whatever. And we decided to have a competition, and we paid to have them graded. It's the only graded thing that I own.
I had to ask them first to be like, "Look, we're sending in these bad."
We know they're bad. Yeah.
We know. We're happy to pay, and explain the situation, and they were like, "Yeah, okay, cool."
What's funny though is I think Aaron got the worst draw of it, right? Because I think his was the worst.
Yeah.
But mine got graded the worst, so I've got a 50%.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
I've got 50% graded, UKG graded 50%, utter rubbish. Kenner Snake Alien. Andy, I think yours got 60.
Mine was. I think mine's 70 or 75.
But wasn't I thought Aaron's was the highest. Maybe yours was. Well, my point is
I think mine was the highest, but yeah.
Well, perhaps that's it. So maybe Aaron got like a 65. But what I mean is, it's I can 50 is obviously rubbish, right? But if you get something graded that isn't rare, I get it, like a fun school wrestler or something that they're always battered, but it's super rare, so you get it graded to validate what it is if you're into that sort of thing. But to get to grade something that isn't rare, nor is it very interesting, and get 60%, or it's what are you supposed to do with that information? You can't sell it as it's a graded. It's graded, yeah, but it's rubbish.
You can see it's rubbish, but it's graded wrong.
But it's graded, but I'm not going to sell mine, obviously, because of why we did it. It's just I thought if you get 90% or 40%, awesome. Anywhere in the middle is kind of irritating because it's like, oh man, this is gonna look like I thought it was good enough to grade. Oh, that's disappointing. But yeah.
So this is in honor of your friend that passed. So
we had a friend. Yeah, we had a friend.
Yeah,
who had his heart exploded, and so very sadly. But yeah, there were reasons for that. Yeah, and there's just a comedy story amongst us three involving a. Wasn't even this snake alien. I've still got the actual one. It's the cuddly toy chest burster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said it's some kind of what?
He was obsessed with it being an alien snake.
Snake alien, I know.
Snake.
He smoked a lot of crack. Let's put it that way.
Stop.
Yeah. I do miss him, but yeah, it's genuinely don't do drugs, people. Seriously. Yes, Smugglers has said. So we've got Ben. Ben has said, Ollie, he's already commented, and I'm sorry we're not seeing those comments, so I'm moving between two. But you are very talented, Ben says, which is very
Thank
nice.
you, Ben. Your artwork is incredible.
Ben's awesome. Ben's the best. Vadertron's toy chest. Hello, my friend. Hope you had a great holiday. Smugglers. Photoshop Dan is wearing.
You're right, actually, Vadertron.
Yeah, I hope you're
in the pictures. He was in a chair and stuff a lot of the time.
Yeah, I hope your hip is well.
Yeah.
I hope it's fixed or fixable. Smugglers says Photoshop me in wearing a Goonies hoodie. Yeah, do your worst.
That's
Do your worst.
what we should do next. Yes.
Vadertron has just watched the Meg 2.
Oh man, I'm jealous. I still haven't seen it.
He's not seen it. Paul, Toy Scavenger. Hello, buddy. Yeah, we're missing notifications of comments on our normal thing. That's why I'm really behind on that.
Yeah, but it's still not reloaded. I've even signed in.
I know.
And I've got a dot as Toy Division. It's still not working. I don't know.
So Paul said anything below anything around 70 below, unless Fun School WWF is just the price of the grading plus the figure worth. Yeah. But yeah, but that's what I mean. If you get something like a Fun School WWF figure, because they're quite rare, they're always going to be a bit mangled. So you might get like a 65 grade, and that's kind of my positive with grading is if you had like a vinyl Cape Jawa and you want to prove to the world that it is, fine. And that's the same as sort of Fun School stuff that you can prove that it's for what it's worth. I don't know. I still think we should start a grading company and just make millions.
Yeah.
I've got eyes.
We should do a mockumentary grading.
I've got eyes and I've got Google. I can absolutely grade your stuff. 100%.
Yeah, I had a really weird dream, right? And I wasn't going to mention it, but now we're talking about grading so much and stuff. Remember, Callum got me the film.
I do.
Up there, whether he believed me or not, but it is on display. It's there. Phil from Hercules is up there. I think it was after it kept coming up that like I wasn't using it as for any of the little challenge things we were doing, and it was just a joke. But then I dreamt that I got it graded.
Oh my god!
I made this big thing about it, and I was like, man, that'd be so much fun to do. But then I saw the grading is now like 6 or 7 months wait. I was like, I don't have to.
I don't want to be that guy, right? But I think that is pretty poor business acumen. I think if you have enough stuff that you are being requested to grade, that you have a 6-month waiting list, you should probably hire some additional assistants.
What university did you have to go to become a grader? Like what?
You've got to have eyes. You've got to have eyes, and you've got to have Google. There you go. That's what you need.
Google.
Yep.
What, to look for better versions of it, or
no? So I can Google what it's supposed to look like on a factory sealed, and then I can have eyes, and I can look at it and go, "Yep, that's pretty much what it looks like."
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I've said before many a times, I'm not a big fan of the grading thing. I don't get it. It's meh.
It's not Andy that's It's not Andy that screwed up technology, mate. It must be me.
Hey, I really haven't screwed it up this time.
He's not done anything. This happened to me twice. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to blame Johnny. I'm not, because I love Johnny, but I use his StreamYard. So
is it because StreamYard want us to pay? Maybe.
Well, no, we do pay.
Oh,
that's why there's not a duck.
Do we?
Well, I don't. Johnny does. This is his StreamYard, which he pays for. If you've got the duck in the corner, then it's the free version. You see, which is what we used to use.
Which is why when I use it, it's a duck. Gotcha.
Exactly, because it's the free whatever version. Ben said he doesn't take compliments well, but thank you, Ollie, for the compliment. And as well, you should be complimented, Ben, because you're a flipping legend. Vadertron, it's not good, but at least I have my toys. That's the spirit, mate.
What's not good?
His hip.
Oh, right, sorry, I thought you were saying about the Meg. Sorry.
Oh, I'm getting at the Meg 2. It's not good, but at least I have my toys. Yeah, that's also probably accurate. Yeah. Paul says it is poor. He's pro grading, but the companies do need to step it up, and I very much agree with that.
Have you made this duck?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just putting the duck.
Gonna hold a duck up.
Prosperity.
Yeah. He's just gonna hold the duck up. I love it.
It took me okay, right, I get it.
Sarah's picked up a graded gummy bear from the Leicester Vintage Toy Shop. Most random thing, but so cute, couldn't resist. That's fair. That's pretty cool.
There's on the Toy Division Facebook page. I'm really bad with the names. It's Andrew, because I'm pretty sure it's Andrew. But Buford keeps on posting things that he's been buying from Leicester Vintage. Like today, I think he posted the Mego Hulk and I want to say Superman. But like I swear, every day he's like, pop to Leicester Vintage, like pick this up, like pick this. It's like, what are you doing?
I was talking to the bearded nerd guy when I ran into him at Nerd Base the other week, and he's like, I said, oh yeah. He said, I live 10 minutes away, so I'm just popped in, and I'm just like, I don't know,
dangerous.
Well, yeah, it is and it isn't. I mean, but I like the excitement that we get, like little babies, when it's like, we're going to go to a toy shop and we all get together and we drive somewhere. Yeah. Like, I like that. And if it was really close, I think maybe some of the shine might, I don't know, maybe not.
Perhaps. I know what you mean. The appeal would be
it would be diluted because it wouldn't be so special. But yeah. Kieran said some rogue graders just need to appreciate money, because the more you pay, the higher they grade your item. Yeah, that can happen, and that's
really?
That's the one weird thing. Like if your business involved grading, so if you just churned through hundreds of figures to be graded, I'm not saying that you would get, if a figure was snapped in half, you're not going to get a 95. But I think it's naive to think that some people aren't, preferred customers aren't seen more favorably. And there's also been and I'm not even complaining about this, but if you got sent something that was graded at 70, I took it out of its box, carefully packed it and sent it back again, it might not come back as 70, it might come back as 75, it might come back less, because it's not always the same person looking at it, and different days, different, it's somebody's opinion is what I'm saying. So it might as well be mine. So give me your money and I will give you a grade. It'll be fine. You'll get great grades.
Maybe that's what we should try and look into that soon. Next.
What money you give us? Smuggler's Canyon. Who framed Roger Rabbit poster is fire. Yes, say again, Ollie. Your friend who made the
Mark Bell illustrations. I think they're sold out. You can actually get bootleg ones on Etsy, but I'm sure they're going to be from like a little JPEG, and they're going to be like all blurred and stuff.
Yeah.
But Ollie knows a guy, so if you get in contact with Ollie, he can get you. No, I'm gonna joke.
You can get some on eBay, like genuine ones. Like as I said, they're like just silly money.
Yeah, it's very, very, very cool.
I mean, yeah, the poster game is just as nuts, as probably even crazier than the toy game, to be honest. Like
really,
yeah, like Mondo, when they like their poster drops, like they're sold out within seconds. Like it's crazy.
Both of which fade in comparison next to the trainer game, the sneaker.
Oh
game.
yeah,
I get trained. Yeah, I knew trainers are a thing, but I don't know why I wouldn't have thought post. I guess everything's collectible, wouldn't it? Yeah.
You know what's annoying is when so I found out when Paul Rubens died, because there's sort of lots of tributes and whatnot. I know. Will be missed. The Nike Air Jordans had a Pee Wee Herman signature shoe in 93, maybe. I can't remember where it was, but like maybe that must have been later than that. Doesn't matter. And you're like, that's genuinely brilliant. Not because it's just the colours, because it's obviously the tan grey with the red sort of tongue for the bow tie. Like it's a sort of colour combination that I would buy and wear. And you're like, oh yeah, but I'm never ever. How much are they? Oh, $7,500. Yeah, no, thank you. Or whatever it is. So yeah, I'm not getting into the sneaker game. That's for sure.
Doable though, Dan. Doable. Think.
Not doable. Jody's hoping to go to Leicester Toy Shop next week for his birthday. Well, absolutely you should, and absolutely happy birthday for next week. But I will tell you that next week. Gary, I would love a vintage toy shop close by.
I will say this: when I first went to the Leicester Vintage, I found it quite overwhelming. There's so
it
much
can
stuff
be,
in
yeah.
there, and I was
Yeah.
just like, where do I start? I don't know where to start.
I've not been to Leicester Vintage, and we will be
I
making.
know he was like, Dan hasn't been yet.
Ooh. Was that Joe?
No, it was Joe. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
That's fine. Me and Joe are fine. Me and Joe, I love Joe. He's the best. We are gonna go up. Hopefully, well, we are. Whatever, we're gonna make me and Andy, and hopefully, well, definitely me and Andy and Aaron are gonna make a trip. So, yeah, I've not been to Leicester Vintage.
I'm hoping that October one works out. I'm hoping.
Either way, we're getting it sorted. But
I'll have to join you because it's not that far from me.
Please, please do, absolutely. Leicester Vintage, I look forward to going to. Nerd Base is a treat. Craig's great, and I like the spaciousness. Although I think it's fair to say it is mainly modern stuff for the space they've got. If you had a type against meter squared, it's mainly modern. They have got really good vintage stuff as well. But my all-time, now that obviously Monkeys is gone, my favorite toy shop is always going to be Ian's Leicester Vintage Toy Monster. Vintage Toy Monster in Portsmouth. Absolutely love that guy, love that place. It's just it's overwhelming in a different way because it's quite small, but it's dense. It's densely packed, and we can chat for him for hours, and it's just great. But
you turn up at the right time, you can go for a little beer with him, then you can do a street deal. It's
do some deals out the back of a car. Gary's saying he'd love a vintage toy shop close by, but like you said, he loves the excitement of making the journey as a novelty and not the norm. Also, mate, you seem to get
Gary buys everything.
the absolute grade A prime beef real estate from abroad. Yeah, a full set of carded SWAT cats. Shut the front door. That's
Even the Turtles, he put a post up the night before, like, I wasn't interested in them, but now B&M have them for like 20 quid. I'm interested, but I can't find them. Literally like 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Next post. I just went into B&M and found them. Now he's got like all of them.
I'm pretty sure Al from Phenomenal Toys, I'm pretty sure he said he went to like 7 different B&Ms. Absolute lunatics.
I do wonder if people do buy those 2 waves, the full wave. Obviously, you haven't got the first 4 waves, so is that going to create
more hype for them?
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that. I don't think that it would. I don't think the appetite is going to be there for Super 7 to go, oh, cool. What they should do is try and figure out how they can still manufacture stuff and sell it around the £25 price point. Because
I reckon they could, to be honest, because there's no paint apps, hardly any paint apps on those toys. It's mostly like the color is the color of the plastic.
Yeah, and they just use regular common garden rubber bands for the legs. We know that. We can see that.
No, I think it's silly string.
Accessories? Was it Rye that sent us the picture of the accessories for the Samurai Leo?
Yeah, cut down on that.
Like, so many different hands.
Oh, there's so many swords.
Get hands, swords, get rid of all that. Just make the figure. Just make the cool figure. That's all.
Make the packaging smaller, maybe as well. Like, why does it need such a?
There are. I'm not sticking it for Super 7 or anything, but I do believe there's like stipulations with the license. So like, NECA can produce, because obviously Playmates have got the master license.
Yeah.
And they can sell toys at a certain price range, whereas I think Super 7 have to sell them then at another price range that's above that or something different.
So they can't undercut Playmates.
So they're not competition with each other. So I think that's one of the reasons why they're like 50, 60 pounds.
So to justify the price range, you've got to go.
You've got to put in all those weapons, exactly, all the hands and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Even the packaging, again, something that drives some of the toy collectors up the wall is like our B&M. They get because they're not shippers. They are boxes. They're not shipper boxes. They're the boxes with the name of the thing on it. Like, throw them away.
Yeah,
there's someone seeing that people have taken the top sleeve off and dashed that as well. So it's like,
I just bin all the boxes anyway. Well, I recycle them. I have to say, I do recycle them. But
a recycling bin is still a bin.
It's just so much space it takes up. It's just like, no.
It
Send me the toy in a jiffy bag and I'll be fine.
It depends what it is. Yeah, it depends what it is for me. If it's something that has value that can be reboxed, I would keep the box, but I do have the space for it. I just fill the loft up with it. But if it's something like modern and I'm going to open it and it's on card, I don't care, apart from the wrestling stuff, because one day I'll sell it all and I'll be annoyed if I'd thrown the clam cases away. But that's why I much prefer stuff that can be reboxed. because then when you sell it,
did you used to think like that before you were a seller,
or
or has your thinking changed in that since you've become a seller?
my thinking? That's a very good question. No, I've still got boxes. I mean, from my childhood stuff, I haven't kept the boxes, but certainly, I mean, as a collector, I kept the boxes for things that were you could keep easily or rebox, because I'm like, at some point, and it also makes, if you decide not to display it or you want to pack it up, you just, rather than have to put things in other boxes, you can put them in their boxes and they're easy to stack. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. It changed. I didn't sell toys. I didn't sell toys when I met Andy. I'm pretty sure I gave you a bunch of stuff because I couldn't be bothered to deal with them.
He had a safe word, didn't he?
He did have a safe word. Yeah, didn't work, did it? We're still friends.
He's still got it on his phone. He's waiting to use it at some point.
Yeah. Tangerine. I don't know. I never bought to sell. I never bought to sell until I met Andy and Aaron and was like, I've got a few things I could sell, and I never even thought about stalling at like a Sandown, whatever. And I sold some bits on eBay, but it's more, whatever. Everyone sells stuff on eBay here and there. And then and then I was like, I've just got some personal stuff. Just got a few things to sell, then I'm good again. And then I realized, I love selling stuff. I enjoy the thrill of getting rid of stuff as much as finding stuff, and B, I hate everything I own. So all of a sudden I'm like, I'm good to sell everything. So now I'm still selling stuff, but it was only ever meant to be I remember saying to you, Andy, I'm like, I only do a couple.
Yeah, like,
so
can I just
do in the garage
for like two shows maybe, or just to get rid of some personal stuff that I don't want. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like what, 7 years later?
7 years later, I'm like, right, I need 6 tables, Andy. You're gonna have to go to the car park, man.
I just bought another collection off of smuggling. I've got another collection coming in from someone else. You're not doing it, Andy. I've got 6 tables. It's fine. Whatever.
It's not even about making money. That's the weird thing. I don't really care about that. Like, especially the stuff that was mine to begin. Like, so if I bought something, if there's anything near me that I'm selling, if I bought something for me and that's why I bought it and I wanted it, and then my personal tastes have changed, or I don't want it anymore, or whatever, I've upgraded, whatever. It's almost like, well, whatever I can get back for it within reason. I won't be mugged off. But if someone that's going to resell it wants to buy it off me, that's a different conversation than if someone wants it for their own personal collection, right? It's going to be a lot cheaper if it's going into your collection. But like, I just don't care about that. But I enjoy the selling part. I love the social aspect of it. So yes, I do keep boxes, Ollie.
Did you have any pickups? I can't remember if you said you had any pickups or not. Did you?
Hey, I've got nothing this week, man. Nothing. I mean, I did have a lot last week, to be fair. So I had a lot of Safubi and
you did have a lot. Yeah, but what? Yeah.
So Ben went to the Vintage Toy Monster the other week, and it was incredible. I know you also got trapped on the motorway getting home, mate. But yeah. Ian passed his compliments on, said you were absolutely lovely. Everything you would be represented as well. Thank you. Didn't let us down, Ben. Paul saying, I've suddenly had loads of £20 eBay offers on my Metalhead Super 7 since the B&M drop. Metalhead's not in the...
Yeah, but see,
Wave 3, I think.
Yeah, Toy Scavenger would have probably bought them at cost. So, like, he
can't...
But
even that, Leatherhead being 20 quid does not make Bebop 20 quid. They're different things. So, Gary says, it's an addiction. I can't resist anything toy-related that piques my interest. Always been the same. We know, mate, we know. You're deep involved, and I love it. Sue saying, we are lucky enough to live 5 minutes away from Ian at Vintage Toy Monster. Yes. We ration ourselves to once a month for the wallet's sake too, right? Get that.
Yeah, that's sensible, because if you did go, you would just get not bored of it, but it'd just be like...
It'd be repetitive. It wouldn't be a treat.
Yeah, exactly.
Paul says, got London Toy Shop. Of course, London Toy Shop. Kev, 5 minutes plus a cafe. Beautiful cafe. Can get expensive in that cafe. Banging cheese, chicken cheese melts. Everything in that cafe is nice. Yeah. Sunday Collectibles went to Vintage Toy Monster recently. Got a fair bit off after bringing in some Lego minifigs to trade. Got several mini Boglins, a complete Bucky O'Hare, and a Star Wars Lego fig. Good. I'm glad Ian sorted you out. And
I think you guys also got the. Is it Star? I'm pretty sure it's Starcom.
Did you get some Starcom? It might have been.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. He'll always sort you out. He's such a good guy, and he loves it. Smuggler's Canyon. I must admit, I've been relentlessly going to B&M to try and find the turtles. No success yet. Mate, speak to some of the guys on the. I mean, not on Facebook at the moment. What are you looking for? put in there before you go. Put in what you're looking for, and we'll ask around because there's loads of people out getting what they can. People are buying.
We know a hunter gatherer who's pretty good at it.
Well, I like the fact that everyone that I say we know in the vibe that with the community we hang out with is just trying to buy them all up and then sell them to people for 20 quid, so people can't get them, hoard them, and then flog them for 50 quid. I think that's fun.
See, we didn't even get the party wagons up here in Birmingham. Everywhere we didn't get any. I looked everywhere for one of those party wagons. Couldn't find it.
It's bleak up north, isn't it? Bleak.
It is. It's grey. It's dirty.
Great. It's grim. It's grim up north. Brendan,
it's like Peaky Blinders.
Is it? It's always like Peaky Blinders.
It is.
British Toy Monster is great, and Space Bridge. Yes, Space Bridge, both epic and run by great names. Absolutely. Brad, Andy, keep your DMs free tonight. Need to ask you a question. So Brad's going to be messaging you about something. But yeah, Christian, let me know at some point, or email me or message me, whatever. But there's a few people grabbing a few different things to try and provide for everyone, so scalpers don't buy them all up and sit in them for a year. But yeah. Gary saying, I've also realised I tend to buy more to see and hold than I do to collect. I get bored so easily and they end up on my stall. Yeah, man. That is the problem. That you get it. Andy, you said this the other day, the thrill of the hunt it outweighs the thrill of the own, for sure.
Yeah, like there's even things I'm looking at tomorrow to possibly bring on. I was going to say this Saturday. It's not this Saturday, next Saturday for Nebworth.
Yeah.
There are some things that I think I need to say goodbye to because they're just sitting in the loft. They're not doing anything.
Yeah, same. Norfolk's not much better. Ben's B&M sucks. Yeah. Christian saying Smoke's Canyon trying to bag Krang / and be looking at Bebook and Rocksteady. Yeah, obviously Bebook and Rocksteady are not in the H&M's in the B&M's H&M's, but Krang and / very much are, and there's various people that have got multiples. So
again, Krang is another one that's really top heavy, so you can only get him in one position. Other than that, he's just going to fall over.
Topples.
Just be wary with these Super 7 guys. I know everyone's so excited about them, but they're not the best toys in the world ever.
Yeah.
I've heard a few people say this as well.
So just bear that in mind. I bought them because I'm a sucker and I've got the sickness, but
it's down with the sickness. What are you gonna do?
You know, I love the original Playmates designs and just bigger versions of that.
That's what really attracts me, particularly about the Mutagen Man and the it's the same thing but bigger. Like if they did, let me just look at what if they did a scale tail, if they did a hothead, if they did a half court, if they did a dirt bag, Anthrax, Monty Moose, man, that like if they were well made, I'd probably I'd sell the Playmates and just have the bigger versions.
The problem is with the more recent waves, they're starting to change the style. So originally the whole selling point of it was we're doing bigger versions of the Playmates with more articulation and more detail and more paint apps. But now they're kind of going into their own versions of those things, and I'm kind of losing interest in it now because it's not what was sold to me initially, and so.
Yep.
So who knows?
Brad's saying, Dave Blade Legend sorted him out with a wagon and an A-Stuck. Awesome. Rise in the house. He's got a / if Christian wants one, but he can't post, but it will be available at Sandown. So yeah, talk amongst yourselves if you can organise that, or we can hook something up or whatever. But yeah, they're out there. People have got them. Krang seems to be a slightly harder one to find, but I did see someone about 7 in the boot of their car the other day who, fair play to them, was saying, I bought everything £20 each plus post, but like they're not looking to make any money. They just want people to get them that want to keep them, which is nice. So that's cool.
The Leatherhead is cool and the Ray Fillet is cool.
I was tempted to see about the Leatherhead, but I think that's another one that hasn't popped up that often. I don't think there's.
Yeah.
Even the scratch is pretty well sculpted. The sculpt on scratch is pretty good, to be fair.
The scratch is good. I think the scratch is up there. The slash is nice. Ray Fillet is wicked, but I like his starfish and his mini guy.
With the dynamite on his back.
Yeah. Suicide fish is wicked.
Yeah, those are cool. Those are really nice touches. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up. I've got Ollie on, and I've basically just talked over the whole thing. But hey.
It's your show, mate. And Andy's.
It's our show.
Are you making something? I've seen every now and then. I keep seeing like thing come up. I'm like, is he making something as well?
Just fiddling with plasticine. Well,
it'd be so good if right at the end he was like, "Yeah, I made this," and it was a hand, and it was just like that. Oh yes. There we go. He's made a cactus.
Cacti.
Next week it will be Aaron should be back hopefully if he's feeling well. I'm sure he will be, and Rise on from Rise Toys and stuff with like a genuine announcement, which I think is quite fun. That's going to annoy him that I've said that. Just some stuff going on, and the Saturday after that we've got Nebworth, so we'll be talking about that. But give it another push. Nebworth 19th, clear your diary, come and see us. Me and Andy will be there. Ryan will be there for a little bit. Various other sellers. Yeah.
This Sunday's, I want to say Stafford. It's a BP fair, so check out the BP. Is it Stafford or Buxton? Maybe.
Yeah, it might be Buxton.
There is definitely a BP thing going on this Sunday, which is a bit too far.
Yeah. There's something.
I feel like I've got the day off. I'm working, so I can't go anyway. But it's pretty far from us.
Yeah, it's up north. It's grim up north. We all know that. Past anything past Watford, mate. Oof. And I haven't got a passport, so I can't go anywhere up there. Right, guys, thank you so much. It's as always an absolute pleasure. I appreciate it. Ollie, you got to come back on, and I'll shut up and let you actually tell us some stuff next time.
I'm always happy to come on. You know me.
That's appreciated. Make sure you guys check out Slimehouse Theo's latest video because it's got Ollie in it and a bit behind the scenes. It's just very cool stuff.
Just one last thing. Big shout out to Theo because he's got me over 100 subs in the last 24 hours, which is amazing. So thanks for that.
Don't expect the same success being on here tonight, maybe.
Shout out to Theo for getting Ollie 100 subs. Bad luck, mate. You've been on this. You're about to lose them all. But that's just
I'll watch them ticker down.
Yeah, be like, oh, geez, he's friends with them losers. Brilliant. Right. All right, take it easy. I'm going to press the end broadcast. Thank you all for watching. We'll speak to you next week.
Bye.
Awkward way.